Hi, I'm Nils at Abundly, and I'd like to talk a little bit about what we do. So we offer agent success as a service, and I'd like to explain what that is. Generative AI, people think about it as one shift, but it's actually two. First is this shift around simple AI chatbots that can give people easy answers. The thing that came with ChatGPT, that's fantastic. But there's also a second shift coming directly on top of that one, and that's the shift to autonomous co-workers that can help you work. And so we at Abundly, we are fully focused on the AI agent shift, so the second of the two. So everybody that talks about agents, they're describing building and deploying agents. I think the problem is that they often sit unused, and very few describe how do you actually get organizations to succeed with agents. A common pattern is that IT buys a platform, somebody builds an agent, but then the person that's going to use it don't understand it. It becomes a black box and they can't kind of iterate and improve on it, and it's never good enough in the beginning, so it's being kind of unused. And that's where we come in to help companies go all the way. So our philosophy is centered on augmentation over automation. And so the way that we believe companies will get beyond this black box problem is that we believe in empowering the domain experts, the people that work directly in the organization with the particular workflow, to give them the powers to build and continue to work with their own AI agents. And we have this philosophy that if we build our customers' agents, then we have failed. It's all about enabling them. So that's how we think about agent success. It's really what's actually needed to succeed with AI agents. And to make it work, you need to work with all the different parts of your organization. So strategy in figuring out what you want to accomplish, what are the best agent use cases, what should the goals be, and how can you prioritize, down to operations in actually working with the individual workflows, turning every stone and saying, how can we operationalize this and make it happen in reality? But then also you need technical platform and the tooling to make it happen, but you also need to improve the people side, getting the right coalition, building their capabilities, and then also working with the change management to make sure that people actually work together with these AI agents. So when we see this journey, we see this as three phases. So foundation, factory, and fleet. Foundation is about getting the basics right, getting the core coalition together, giving them the tools they need to get going working with agents, and having a first pilot agent project come to fruition. Then we have the second phase, which is the factory phase. Before you can really start to become sophisticated, you need to learn how to build a bunch of agents. So this is really where you want to get many people in the organization, train them and help them build and work with AI agents. And then fleet comes in when you say, hey, wait a minute. We are now having a lot of AI agents running around doing stuff in the organization. How can we make sure that we get the guardrails and governance in place to benefit from this, extract value and manage this fleet of AI agents, new coworkers, AI coworkers coming in? How can we work together with them in a good way? And so if we look at these phases a little bit more in detail across the dimensions that I talked about before, on the strategy side, the foundation is just figuring out the opportunity mapping and the rough roadmap of what you want to build. In the beginning, operations is just getting your first agent up and running and doing a little bit of process re-engineering, starting to look at the processes to investigate. People side, getting the coalition and AI champions across the organization activated and excited. And then IT and tech in the beginning is just make sure that people have not just an AI chatbot, but also a tool for AI agents. And then you go into the factory phase. Then it's like you go further and say, okay, these were the cases. How far could we get? What are all the agents we want to build? And how can we prioritize them and really get the agent factory going? And then, of course, the operation side of this is just actually building all these agents and continuing to refine the portfolio of agents. So you have like value creating AI agent use cases in more and more places of your organization. And then people side of this, to make this happen, you need to have broad capability building, having champions across the organization learn how to build and work with AI agents, and also having them bring their colleagues on board so everybody is at least somewhat AI agent literate. And of course, this means scaling the platform, reach more parts of the organization. And then we're going to the kind of ambitious level of fleet. This is when you have all the agents, so you're actually making them work and create value for you. So here's actually where you can say, we're not only gonna save time, we're also gonna revisit our value proposition, maybe come up with new stuff now that we know how to work with agents, and also thinking about the operating model. How can you really add value with this? Also, all operations in the beginning is just like getting the agents up and running, but here on the operations side is like, how can we now work? So now we have an organization with X number of people and then roughly that many or even more agents coming in. How can we get the infrastructure in place so we can collaborate, guardrails, governance, all of that stuff. Then we have the people side. Now you start to work with, or probably start a little bit earlier, but you really need to engage in the fleet mode, in change management, in working with people so they can actually work together with all these AI agents, so you get the benefit, kind of really get the value out of this. And of course on IT, continuing to firm up kind of governance, guardrails, making sure that you have all these AI agents that they create value, but in a kind of orderly fashion, and you know what's going on and you don't have any security breaches or other risks that pop up. Okay, so that's where we are now, but agents are becoming more and more powerful all the time. Recently, long-running agents started becoming viable, and they're becoming more and more viable. Teams that benefit from AI agents, they're having way more benefit than just a few hours a week that you can save with ChatGPT. But it's not that easy. Working with ChatGPT requires some constraints. Letting loose agents in your organization requires much more. And so only the organizations that are prepared for this will be able to benefit from it. So some people will really step up and go through the foundation, factory, fleet phases with everything that entails that I talked about. They will get to these points of human AI teams that they're used to it, they have the muscle, and they're able to onboard more and more powerful agents. And they will start out competing the other teams because they're just going to flounder and be overwhelmed and unable to adapt. The journey to AI agent readiness takes time. So this time to start is now. Okay, so why work with Abundly? So we help organizations succeed with AI agents, like I talked about. We don't only just build agents, we combine everything you need. A platform, training, and advice and success support all the way through that you need to be successful with AI agents. We help organizations de-risk this adoption of AI agents. And we have worked with over 200 organizations on adopting generative AI and agents. We have trained thousands of people by now, and we built countless AI agents. What we do and how we work with organizations is that we work together with the organization's core coalition. So whenever we work with an organization, we say you need to have a sponsor, ideally CEO or somebody high up in the organization, a lead, which is like a project manager that can help coordinate and make it happen, champions across the organization that engage in building AI agents and getting their colleagues involved on a board and finding relevant use cases and so forth, but also learning and development to make sure the capability building happens, and IT, of course, to make sure that this kind of fits into the overall IT architecture of the organization. We come in from a Abundly side with advisors, we have agent building experts that help out to make the agents come to life and coaching the people that build it. We have trainers to make sure the capability building happens. And we have the platform team that not only make sure that the platform works as it is, but also if something is missing from an agent you would want to build, then we can quickly come in and build it for you. So you will have any type of functionality that you will actually need. And so how we typically work is we start with a pilot. It's maybe 1 month or something like that. We start out with training the core people of the coalition, the lead and some champions. We build a focused first agent, and then we make sure that you can see, wow, this is really working. And then we scale it up to a full partnership. We commit to make your entire organization successful with AI agents. We help you with access to the platform, training, not just the champions, but everywhere around the organization. We develop a lot of agents together with you, and we make sure that they fit into your organization in a constructive way so you really get value out of this partnership. So that's briefly what we do at Abundly. Thank you very much, and if you find this interesting, please don't hesitate to contact us on our webpage or emailing or on LinkedIn or whatever. Thank you.